It's not out there at all. It is to the other scared person, but not to you unless you're on his level. And you both want to be scared. Then you become friends or get married. So that's 2 against the world at least instead of 1. And now you're afraid of each other, so what have you gained? You look deep inside yourself and see where you are justifying your apprehensions. Where you're saying, for some reason, they must remain. Then sooner or later you'll have to see through the lie that you are fear. You are both fear and you're not fear. One understands that at the same time. You are your fear because this is all you know about yourself at the present time. A fearful person. Old friend. Of course, this is the friend, in quote marks, that you've known up to this point. So your friend is your enemy. Your real friend is the absence of you. Write that down. My real friend is the absence of me. My real friend is the absence of me. And I order you an esoteric order, a class order, to, from this evening on, to refuse to bow down and worship that tall idol of fear which you think is a good thing to do. Because you even think in your confusion that anything you worship you can pacify, and maybe it will turn and be good to you. You are worshiping fear, calling it God, because you understand the fickleness of the mind, and you hope and pray that the God of fear which you worship will somehow turn into its opposite of a God of blessing and help you not be afraid. You were a lunatic to think that way. You were ordered to never again fawn before your fears, and the way you stop fawning is to stand there in front of it in fear and trembling without doing a thing toward it or about it or with it. Remember one of our standard sayings in this class? If you're nervous, just stand and shake. Stand and shake right in front of that idol, and that idol which you think is made of steel and hard and thick and heavy, to your astonishment, it will begin to crumble. You'll see a part fall off on the left and a part on the right and a part on the top. And it will begin to lose its fearful form. See, the devil is really quite clever. The devil being that idol. And the devil knows how to intimidate you. You're the devil, you understand. It's not out there. You're your own devil, fearing your own devil. The devil is fearing the devil. But it knows how to intimidate you, and so it has fierce eyes. If you ever see a person with fierce eyes, he's sick, and don't you dare be scared of him anymore, or her. Ever seen a person with cold, hard eyes? This is hard, icy. What was your reaction? See? You worshipped him by being afraid of him or her. Those cold, hard... And you're making them more neurotic, which is immoral, because they're getting pleasure out of seeing their reaction to you. Anyway, the idol will begin to lose its shape. Pretty soon, it'll be a big hulk, a shapeless mass, which will eventually crumble down and fall away right in front of your eyes. And you'll wonder why you were ever afraid of it. You'll wonder why you ever fought it. You will wonder why you ever lied and said, "I love you, stone idol." You lied and said, "I love you, stone idol," because you, being the devil too, the idol too inside of you, wanted to con it into thinking you were nice to it so it would be nice to you. But it will betray you because you are betraying yourself by wanting to betray it. Back and forth. All right, we have lots of time for open discussion and questions and answers. Yes, please. Is that Dottie? Yes.
At the beginning of the discussion, you were talking about primary and secondary causes. And I lost you on the secondary causes.
Secondary cause? All right. You give us a list. I'll start you off, and you have to work a little bit, Dottie. A secondary cause of fear is a man looking grouchily at you when you bump him in the grocery market. Right? The secondary cause is the man looking grouchy at you. Where does the fear go from there? That's the cause out there. Then where does it go? Inside you? Huh? It was in you all the time, wasn't it? Give us another secondary cause, an exterior one. It can be either exterior or interior. But try to see an exterior one. It's easier. Then you can see your own interior causes, secondary causes. Anybody? Help Dottie.
Authorities. Authorities, policemen, so on.
Yes. Someone in a uniform who can give you a ticket. See the association there? Policeman looking at me. He has one of these little things they point at your car now. That's a secondary cause of fear, the speedometer.
Vernon, how about you see an accident and somebody's hurt very badly, and then you're kind of glad it's not them, and then you're kind of glad it's not you.
Yes, yes. You go into a fearful that maybe it could have been you or something. Yeah. Those are the sparks that set off the dynamite of the primary fear. Dottie, yes, please.
Secondary causes can be either exterior or interior.
Yes, they can.
But the primary cause is always interior.
Is always what?
Inside you.
No, the primary cause is always inside you. Yes, excuse me, huh? Always has to be. It's your fear. Where else is it going to be?
How about being caught in a false position?
Okay. Out socially somewhere, maybe someone catches you.
Somewhere you shouldn't be.
Yeah, all right. That's the exterior cause, the secondary cause, isn't it? Then it goes to the primary one. Oh, I got caught.
An incident happened to me today. A man threw out a question, a mechanical question. He said, "What's new with you today?" And I felt the mechanical answer come up, and then I refused it. And then I saw that there was a fear. There was a silence, and he was waiting for me to say something. And I was really trembling inside, and I didn't say anything.
You stood and shook, did you? Joan.
Any kind of a physical disaster or financial disaster, whether it's personal or national or even worldwide, will trigger fear.
Oh, yes. And do you know, the world is filled with prophets of gloom and doom. This is how they sell newspapers and how they make the TV program interesting. We're going to run into all these problems, you know, and you know, people actually like gloomy news for the very reason